actually film a few from behind for a sec. Okay, so these pitch shots. So I'd say right now I'm probably 60-40. And even in these things, this is a fun exercise that as I get the club going back, which way do you see my weight going? Yeah. Because I'm just trying to emphasize, you know, force precedes motion, right? Even in these little shots. The club is measured. I'm not snatching it back. There's pressure in the ground that helps this go back. And then there's the whip of me going the other way. And more specifically with a good player, you know, you'll see good players, like the death would be of a good player would be this, like backing up, changing the low point backwards. So even like this rhythmic motion, everything's forward and up, right? The people that really struggle with this, because the forward and up allows for my arms to be long before the club decelerates, right? And when you change direction, the club puts a bit of stress in your hands, and then there is a skill to not letting that stress get sloppy, right? There's a skill in letting that stress, that, or you call it lag if you want to, that stress kind of be managed so when it expands into the ball, it's more easily kind of timed into a finish, right? So you can, this whole lesson will be about, you know, what's it like to have this club statically at address? How do you start to put in, and that's, you start seeing, what are people doing here? Waggling, feeling pressure in their feet. Okay, it's not just a random right and left, it's more, you know, you see a good player waggle, you see this Jack Nicklaus's waggle, you know, he'd look at the target, he'd press into the ground, left heel, right heel, left heel, right heel. As the left heel goes down, right club goes back. You see the little rhythm there? Mm-hmm. Then he'd calm himself in there. And he had a lot of, you know, he didn't just take it back like this. So same thing in these little 20-yard pitch shots. You know, as you, or in this case, 6-yard pitch shot over my little sand divot here, right? So even these, little skinny one, but, you know, can we have this rhythm of a little press, a little fall? Okay, so pitch a couple toward the green. What are you scoring these days?
Like 85 on up to 95.
Nah, come on. So this must not be good, bud. Come on. You got to be way better. Like the worst you should ever shoot, it's like 82, right. And you should live in the 77 to 75 area.
Exactly.
Okay? So I'll shoot a few from behind here so you can see them. So give me foot pressure and waggles like I explained. Okay? Good. Hit or miss a couple. Let me watch. Okay, so that's good to see because the rhythm's off. Okay, narrow stance, weight's a little biased forward. Okay, feel like your head is looking back at the ball rather than, you know, behind the ball looking at it. So when you hit, so start this backswing. Ready? Go. Okay, and then we're gonna feel more. Ready? So get set on your feet again. So we're gonna feel this rhythmic, and that change of direction should put a bit of stress in these hands. Does that make sense?
Right.
Good. Okay. Now when you get the club a little wet in the morning, if it gets a little, you know, the ball's going to ride up the face, so you'll get some weird launches because we got to be more mindful that the face has to be dry in order to have ball control. Feel this pressure across the feet. Okay. So I see, I see a little bit of this. So whenever I see elbows doing this, then the subconscious is like, hey, I'm going to chunk it, and therefore I've got to reduce the radius. Okay. So we can change this by getting more forward so the ball can be touched before we brush the ground. So if we start off 50-50, okay, because here's what you're never gonna really start off 50-50, you're gonna start off more forward. But as a drill, if we start off kind of 50-50, okay, and as the club goes back, handle first, club head last, while it's in this state of going back, where am I going? My whole self is moving forward, not just everything's moving forward. My head's more biased toward my front foot, okay? But it's handle first, club head last, and then my head moves even more forward, which moves my swing hula hoop more forward. But that gives my opportunity for my arms to stay long as I stand up through the ball. Okay, so set up 50-50 for me on your feet, right? Get your good hands on it. Find your measure to it. Okay, good. So even these guys feel like there's some mild, yes, even this feels this way a little bit, okay? And then when you change direction, guess what you have? You have this little bit of stress. Now you got to feel like you're standing up, 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 transporting long arms, not elbows that are, okay? So the up is a critical thing. Good. So feel 50-50. Handle first, feel your weight repressure on more towards your left foot. Good. Okay.
I feel like I'm a little,
What's that?
I feel like I'm a little passive with the club head. I'm like lazy. What it feels like to me.
Okay.
It
Well,
feels like
you know, so it's I get it. So, but imagine if like in changing direction creates a stress, right?
Okay.
That's like a rubber band that wants to undo itself. So I'm like, if I hold on to this thing and I have my arms have some pressure, like they're staying kind of long, and I change direction, it won't stay here. This one is trying to right itself. It's trying to normalize itself. Okay. So there's, when you change direction, this club, it's like I'm bending something plastic. It's going to try to go straight again. Okay. And so when you change direction, if I'm over here all soft and sloppy, like everybody says, you got to have touch, and then they take it back, nothing's loaded. So then people got to use man hands and freak out. And you see what I'm saying? But if you have this like tension, which is a good thing, and you change, like you start it back, it wants to not go back because it's inert, just sitting there. And I change direction. Guess all it does is give me stiff hands for a second, put them in front of you, right? Right. So as I take and give me arms more up here. So as you go back and you change direction, the club bends on you, right? But it's going to want to right itself. The bend, you don't have to try to energize it. It's going to, you're going to feel this resistance, and that resistance wants to square. Right? So if you hold this thing and change direction, that's why really good pitchers sometimes, they look like they don't have much wrist motion. Like Jason Day's a good example. Like he looks like he's like got a cast around his arms and hands, and he's really good at this. But I tell you what, the pressure in the hands is in there. Like he's got something to monitor that responds and gives him the rhythm. Okay? It's not soft and dainty. So kind of push your arms long. Feel pressure to the tips of the green stuff. Okay, good. Feel like this kind of starts, handle first. There you go. Good. And then I would just say you need a bit more forward and to stand up a little quicker, because I want to get your hula hoop, which isn't bad, just a hint more forward so there's a bit more descent on the ball. And then it's okay to stand up, because if you stand over here and I hit one of these, hold this club right on the button of my hat, okay? And don't follow the button, just kind of mark where it is in space and then move off of it like a half an inch. So your job is just to hold that club handle there. You with me? So there's my kind of structure-y, strong arms. Now how close to that? See, I'm nowhere near that thing anymore. Right? Okay, and it's not like I'm trying to do something goofy. I'm just, once I change direction, this whole system's loaded and stressy, and stress wants to come out, right? And it's okay to realize that for arms to be long, you gotta stand up to keep that spacing, because if you don't stand up, You know, you got to mitigate somehow.
I got you.
Okay. Okay, give me another. Hang on a sec, let me reset the camera, show you something interesting. Okay, hit one. Yep, firm fingers. Okay. Whoopsie daisy, right? Keep going, you're good. Okay, give me another. 'Cause you'll see this in just a easy peasy here in a second. Okay, good. Okay, my turn. Put a ball exactly where that last ball was for me. Exactly, pretty close? Good. Okay, my turn. Camera's on. Okay, let's look at these. Have a chit chat right here. Okay. All right. Two dudes hitting pitch shots. Okay, you and me. Okay. So I'd say address bits. I'd say my shaft has just a hint of forward lean to it, right? Yours is very vertical. Okay. So let's take you back a little bit. Left shoulder works down really, really good. Right hand's on top. You look perfect. Okay, no issue here. I see a little bit of pressure to the lead side. And now you're way, watch your head. Your head is, okay, I would say behind the ball. Agreed? Okay. So right now, my head's on top of the ball. Okay. And I'm going to hit a little shot. And then my head is more in front of the ball, isn't it? Right? So in comparison now, when you get to impact, you look like you're hitting a full 6-iron. Right? You're behind, you're kind of behind it. I've gone and I've floated to the left of it, haven't I? Right? I'm way more ahead of the ball than you, which just means my hula hoop has been transported. Now watch look at my finish. Kind of rotated and standing up. Now your brain knows you're about to chunk this thing. See where your club is behind the ball, really close to the grass, like 6 inches beside the ball. Let me go back to where I'm at. Okay, so see where I'm not on the grass. See the shadow of the golf club is, there's a big dimension there still. Like I'm hitting down on it.
Right.
Not on purpose, I'm just more forward than you. Right. So that my backside of the hula hoop is got to hit down more.
Gotcha.
Okay? And then look how I'm able to decelerate my follow through. Hey, Santa Claus lost his ball to the left. Okay? So then I'm done. Look where I'm done. And you're going to try to over accelerate something because you know you had a holes in the bucket and the water's leaking out. See my point? Okay, cool. So we gotta understand we're gonna set up a bit more to where, let me save this video for you. Like when we're set up at this thing, saved, that'll go in your training space. Okay, so like right now, my big Serbian nose is on top of, I even feel like I'm looking, like right when I look down, I can read a bit of the logo that's on the front side of the ball. Okay, while I'm going back, I can read more of that logo. All right, so I'll put the logo to where I really can't see it. If I'm just standing vertical, I'll get to where I can see a teeny bit of it. As I start going back, I read more of that logo. And so see, I'm just moving my hula hoop in a different spot. So my angle of attack is ball turf more than it is, dangerously turf ball.
Right.
To where my subconscious goes, oh shit, and then I gotta try to accelerate to make it go where it needs to go.
Right.
Okay? So stand in here for a second. Let's get the logo to where, if I set the ball perfectly vertical, you can't see much of it, right? And then I want you to get a little left where you can see a bit of it. Start the club back, read more of the logo. Okay? And we're just aiming right here. So narrower stance. Okay, just cheat forward a bit with your head so you can see a bit of the logo. During your backswing, see more of the logo. Okay, try again. Okay, let me set you up here, yeah. That's where we're kind of aiming-ish, right? Good. Good. Feel like you can see just a hair of it? Good. Now as you start back, ready, start back, and I'm going to see more of it. All I'm doing is moving more of your hula hoop so that the low point's way more forward and miss a few, right? Okay. Do it again. Here you go. Bit of the logo. Just see a sliver of it at address. Start your backswing, see a bit more of it. There you go. Because you have the shoulder motions really nice. You just don't have the subtle relocation. That looks great. And get this club handle ever so slightly forward there. Feel like if you let go of the thing, let go of it. Let go of it. It could rest there. See what I mean? It wouldn't just drop between your legs.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Now, give me another one, and then hold your finish for a sec.
Yep.
Logo. Let the club feel like if it dropped, it'd drop on your left thigh. Handle a little bit more left. Good. You're seeing a bit of the front of the ball. And then how would you see more of the front of the ball? Okay, that's fine. This is this journey of getting better. Now, so I get the logo where it's a bit of it I can see. Okay, just a bit. Start back, I see a bit more. Now, what do you notice about where my club head's finishing? Am I going up to here? I'm not. Every one of these is like a sense of pushing, pushing back, but if I have the weight on, like me pushing back, that club head doesn't want to go back, does it? So I get this little loading that wants to stress back, so there's an energy source. And then I can hit my finish. I don't have to feel like I have to manufacture speed toward the ball. Well, it's like hit the brakes, right? With structure, nothing goes, I never feel like I'm making a follow through. Okay, the only reason the club goes to my left is because I went to my left. So everything's to my right and stays to my right. That's still to my right. Okay, come on over. Get to where you can see a little bit of the ball. Okay, strong fingers, mobile wrists. See a bit of the front side of the ball. Take a look over here. I'm your target. Good. Really good. Okay. Strong fingers. Good. Take a look right here. Good. Still a little high in the follow through. But good. So you just hit two very nice, easily catchable 15-yard pitch shots, right? 12-yard pitch shots. Structure. You know, that club at the end of this thing adds stress. Stress comes out. You manage it. Okay? Good. Do it again. Questions? You feel okay?
When you set up like this,
Yeah.
and you hit these little shots, it's hard for me to rotate and stand up because of my hip socket.
Mhm.
I mean, do you feel the stress in your front hip when you're doing these little chips?
I think everybody's, you know, obviously we're not spring chickens anymore. So, you know, if like, yeah, I feel definite slowdown there. There's a tension, right? Like, there's no doubt that this is mildly irregular, right? That rotation. And so I would also say, like, you know, shoes are sort of like hockey skates or skis. You got inside edges, outside edges. So I'd say, like, when I'm hitting these things, I'm kind of on a outside edge. I'm, you know, outside edge of my left foot, inside edge of my right foot. I'm no longer flat-footed. So as I've got pressure and I change direction, I never want to get on the outside edge of my trail foot, right? So I'm sort of on flat feet in these. Flat feet, maybe weights getting more comfortable toward my left side during my backswing. And when I'm done, I'm definitely on the outside edge of my left foot, you know, inside edge of my right foot. Okay. Give me another. Okay. So feel, you know, good, a nice tensile strength there, like you got those clown balloons that don't want to bend unless they can bend them into a funky dog hat for your kid. Okay. So a little over accelerated, right? Feel it? Yeah. So other ways of kind of understanding this, like, so right now my hands are, here's neutral. If you let your hands hang down, okay? Good. Now from this neutral position, you can thumb them more down. You can go back to neutral. You can thumb them up a bit, right? Go back to neutral, thumb them more down. So ulnar deviation, right? That's just you forcibly changing the angle of your wrist a little. There's neutral, there's up, okay? So I would say to you, and this was, you know, one of my coaching mentors, Peter Croker, greatest Australian guy. Okay, so right now I'd say I'm kind of neutral-ish. So you can train in the sense of thumbing down. So right now I'm more down. Another little phenomena that's kind of cool. One of my former assistants, great coach Joe Mayo, you know, he does a lot of studying, and he noticed that good players, as they're hitting shots, there's always some face closure through these things on basic chips and pitches. So whenever you have a grip that is mildly extended, meaning my wrist is bent back a sliver, and then you go thumbs down, what's the face tend to do? A little bit, you know? And also the handle goes a little bit higher. See what I mean? See how the handle goes up a bit? So as you stand in here and you find your kind of good math, your arm length and your push, and you're hitting these shots, like, you can, feel what it's like to go a little thumbs down. That was a little skinny, obviously, but so when I'm done, notice how that's not me accelerating the golf club. So give me a few where you go, okay, I'm cutting in here sort of neutral. Maybe I'm mildly thumbs down at address, mildly, but not, I could thumb down into the earth 3 inches if I wanted to, if the earth wasn't there. Does that make sense? But why don't I go into the earth? Because I'm standing up as I'm thumbing down. So the rhythm of when I'm thumbing down and standing up nets out to where I just have my club doesn't keep pitching into a divot.
Right.
The descent kind of shallows out a bit because I'm standing up and I'm thumbing down.
Right.
Give me a couple. So like learning how to go kind of thumbs down, I probably learned it in the, I don't know, mid 90s. And it helped my chipping and pitching a ton. Okay, because I didn't know what to feel. I didn't know how to train my sheepdogs, okay? So learning how to kind of push thumbs down through here. Yeah, there you go. Push thumbs down. And in pushing thumbs down, you'll feel this length.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Good. Good. And just give me that and just see where the ball goes. Narrow stance. See a bit of the front of the ball. See a bit more of the front of the ball. Give me some thumbs down. Good. So see how that just this created a little better structure here?
Right.
Yeah. Good. Just clean off the divot. Neutral hands, going thumbs down as you stand up. Okay. And so the more here's an interesting thing too. The more they go from here to down, which way is that club head going? To my right. See what I mean?
Right.
Like down isn't just down, because if that comes out, the wrist goes flat and the club goes backwards. Right? And what does that give you? Stronger face.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I do.
Okay, so like learning those little things. And here's the thing too. Be playful, man. Like get around the green and futz around for an hour. Like what happens if I extend more? Ball goes higher, deflect it higher. What happens if I thumbs down harder? The club goes behind me. I launch it lower with more spin. Just get those playful feels in. Because that's really kind of how you're going to be good around the green is you're going to see a situation. You're going to ask yourself, how do I get this golf ball to go land? Is it one of these that gets it close, or is it one of these that gets it close? And then you're going to go, well, it's up that gets it close. It needs a steep landing angle because I got myself short-sided. Or I got a lot of open green. It's more one of those.
Right.
Okay, and so the lower runner with some spin is this way. The higher deflected one's more that way. You know, the lower runner, the handle's away from me. The deflected flopper, the handle's in my pocket. Okay, mess about. See how you do. Play. Okay. Close. I felt a little bit, I heard a little bit of scruff before impact, right? Not the end of the world.